Dropbox, maybe. Oh, it went away. Good. It's recording.
Yeah, because I just broadcast. I normally don't do that till all the panelists are ready and we're ready to rock. But because it's recording, but no, I can clip the front end out.
Okay. All this new technology. This is the kind of stuff that we were talking about this morning, Kim. It stresses me out. I'm trying really hard to breathe. I'm doing belly breaths.
It sounds like Jennifer knows what she's doing. And Adam's really good. So yeah, Jennifer, thank you. Sounds like you've done this a few times.
I have done this a few times, although some things still elude me. When you're the host, you don't see the things the way other people see them.
Yeah.
I'm so curious about what you're seeing.
Well, and then if you're on a desktop, or like right now I'm on an iPhone, so I'm seeing it entirely differently again.
I've never used it on a phone, so.
Yeah.
Can you see yourself, Kim?
I can see you. It depends on what view I pull up. So let's see.
Oh, you're on an iPhone. See, that's the other difference is that Android doesn't have a lot of the same things.
Oh, well, it's still really cool that we can even do this. So.
No, true. It's true.
Yeah. But it's really nice to have someone like Jennifer, moderator or host. It's just super helpful because then you can focus on actually running the meeting then while she does the good work.
Yeah. And once we start, we're kind of, I don't really have much to do, but.
Yeah.
Hey, Ashley, as soon as you have a quorum.
There we go.
Start the meeting.
Now I can see people. Hi, Ella.
And then I'll turn my video off and I'll mute myself. I'll only speak if there's something pertinent I need to say about City Destiny stuff. I do have to hop off. I'm going to make Kala a co-host just for whatever reason, but I do have to leave at about 10 to 5 for another Zoom meeting that I'm signing in another room in my house on another computer. And so, but everything will just be running at that point. You won't really need me for anything.
So we need to have 3 in order to have a quorum, Ashley. So
right now we just have 1.
Yep, you and 2. Well, yeah, you and Adela.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, Ashley. It's Kim.
Hey.
Good to see you.
You as well. This is the only time we get to see each other now.
I know, it's wild.
That's good though.
So Kala, you didn't have it? I'm not on the agenda. I'm just kind of listening in. So
okay.
But I'm here if you need me. So
okay. Could you text who? You don't know who it is from marketing that's joining us, though.
I can find out.
Okay. Just want to make sure we acknowledge them.
And it's set up so only panelists can chat each other, and that chat, it will record, it should.
Yeah, right. Because you sent me that text file last time.
Yeah, I will, and then anybody, if you need to prompt me up until the time I leave, you want any information in there just so that it is saved, just kind of spell out that, Jennifer, can you please type that in or something like that, and I'll do it. But I'll try to follow any agenda changes, stuff like that are pertinent.
Thank you.
Do we know if Kate or Laura is available at this time and plan to? No, haven't heard anything.
Well, I mean, the only people who didn't respond to the meeting request that I sent from Outlook, I think, was Fred Yomes from TV Tacoma. And then there was one other person on the committee. I can't remember right now.
Okay.
I'm not in front of my computer. I'm in front of my phone, so it's kind of hard to check. Or it's hard for me to, anyway.
I like your frames.
Oh, these are my bottom online reading glasses, so I can actually see my screen, my little tiny screen. Thanks.
I like the red. I like it. Cool. It's kind of challenging to not start.
I know. Hey, John, we're close to everybody's schedule.
We're
have one.
close. I think we have what?
One. Just
one more?
Martina, which is so weird because she emailed this week. I finally, contacted her nominator and everything, and then she said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, so sorry." She emailed David and then still hasn't.
Well, when I was talking to Morgan, she was like, well, I responded to your email. Like, which email? She's like, well, the one from like 2 weeks ago. And I said, well, that's 2 weeks ago.
And you had asked her a question, and but at least she answered, and you got her, and we got Lincoln finally, so that's cool.
Yeah, once I had her on the phone, I didn't let her go, and I booked her as quick as I could get her in.
Way to go.
One more to go, that nail fairy.
The nail fairy, yeah. No.
So,
She must be busy painting fingernails at the hospital.
do you remember, John, when we thought we could get it done in like a week or in like a month?
Yeah, I kind of remember that, but I think I was under like probably a COVID fever or something.
Well, no, I think we just hadn't boiled it down. It was like, 12 awards. Oh, that means 24 recordings.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, although we knew that some people would be a little bit difficult to chase down, we had certainly underestimated that a bit too.
Yeah, right now people are just not normal.
Yeah, like the rest of our committee. Where are they?
So no additional attendees other than panelists have joined. So whoever from marketing was coming in hasn't.
Okay.
You might want to make sure she hasn't emailed anybody and isn't having issues, although I can't hop out of here to fix that.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet. I sent a text and I haven't heard back yet. So
I sent all the panelists a link just in case they couldn't find their email from Monday.
I did just get a text from Adam that he's just running late on another call. He'll be in shortly.
Great. So I keep checking my email just to make sure nobody has.
Yeah, if we don't have one more committee member, we don't have a quorum, so that would be unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten any messages or texts from Laura or anyone.
Okay. So if you end up wanting to stop recording and there is an attendee. So Christopher's here as an attendee instead of a committee member.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. I can allow him to talk. Hey, Christopher, you joined as an attendee rather than a panelist, but I can let you talk.
What should I do?
Well, I sent an email on Monday and I resent it today, a link specifically for you as a panelist.
I apologize that I am not the way that I should be.
That's okay. So what I can do, I mean, you're in here as an attendee, but I can let you talk. I just can't let you share video. So you can still participate. Is that cool?
That's fantastic. Yes, I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited you're here.
So you have your, reduced size. You have a quorum of 3 committee members, Ashley, so whenever you're ready.
All right.
And Jennifer, do you want to share your screen for the agenda?
I am sharing my screen.
Yeah, I see it.
Yep.
All right. So I motion to approve the agenda. Well, I asked for a motion to approve the agenda for today. Sorry.
Chris
I think
motions to approve.
Before we do that, sorry, this is Kim. I think we need also a formal call for the recording to open the meeting. so that it can be recorded as the time that it started.
Oh, okay. So I
So call the meeting to order.
call the
That's all you
meeting
need
to
to do.
order at 4:10
Perfect.
p.m. I'm asked for motion to approve agenda for today.
I'll motion. Chris motions to approve said agenda.
All in favor?
Aye.
I ask for motion to approve minutes from July 13th to 2020.
So moved.
And I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Right.
So recruitment for committee vacancies.
So yes, that's, I have a report out on that. So you have 6 vacancies at this point in time, and Ashley, you will need to reapply in your new address.
Okay.
I have received numerous questions from the clerk's office about when they can do a press release, and I don't really feel comfortable doing that right now with a intended Economic Development Committee meeting on September, I think it's 29th. Anyways, at the end of September. The reason I'm a little hesitant to move forward at this point in time is because I want to develop our racial equity procedures or processes or protocol, whatever the P word you want to use. And I'm meeting with Kim and with Amy McBride tomorrow afternoon to discuss that. And so I just wanted to bring that up and talk with you 3 about communication channels. We've talked about this before, but I want to get a little more intentional and find, we want to get in front of African American groups, Hispanic organizations, and really purposefully do recruitment on, and I know we've felt like we've tried a lot of different things in the past, but I still feel like we haven't been successful. And so with 6 vacancies, that gives us a lot to work with. And what I'd like to have you talk amongst yourselves here, we don't have to, once I have your commitment to, identifying those channels for sending out recruitment requests, then I can have that conversation with the clerk's office. And so that's what I'm looking for, is guidance from you guys.
Okay.
My first, this is Chris. My first thought is the Asia Pacific Cultural Center might be a good way to at least start the ability to recruit somebody who maybe doesn't look like or have the same experiences as me.
Okay.
I have a question about messaging. Now I know that we're bound by certain language with the city. Do we have any leeway to put the messaging of the committee in our own words to have it be a little bit less official and a little bit more descriptive? Do we have any ability to do that?
So the press release that goes out is pretty rigid in the way it goes out, but that's a really good question. And I'm going to check with the Arts Office, the Office of Arts and Cultural Vitality, and get an example of the press release that they use when they're recruiting, because I'm going to look for guidance from them as well. So
Okay.
thank you for that question.
Yeah, it's just, this is what I do for a living. And part of my job is to take a job description, which is an internal document for an organization, which is where this position fits into the organizational chart, and turn that, not post that, right? Not post something that's going to make people's eyes go fuzzy, but post something that's compelling, that's a job ad that is going to make them want to work there, help them to envision themselves in the shoes of someone in that role and make them excited about the prospect. So that's what I do. And and I know that like I said, I know that there are a lot of regulations about what we can and I mean, I remember during my orientation that there are rules, but I just think that there is a lot of opportunity to really describe the committee in a way that's a lot more interesting to a bunch of people. I think that would help.
Yeah, I would love that help.
Okay.
So I made a note, and I will put it in the minutes as well to include you in that discussion. But let me get some of that background from the Arts Commission tomorrow.
Sure.
And some guidance there. And then maybe you and I can have a follow-up discussion.
Yeah, even if it's that we have to post the legal stuff, but at the top or at the bottom, we can add our flavor, right? And just make it like put a call to action.
This is Kim Badir. Hello, everyone. One of the words that Kala mentioned that is reflected in our racial equity plan, which we can also share with you as a department, was intentional. So press release aside, there's nothing precluding you all having a discussion around what you think the committee needs, what type of individual, where they should be located, obviously is dictated to us, but talking about that, and then each of you going out into the community and intentionally yourselves, literally recruiting people, saying, please apply. So it's really up to each and every one of us to be out there in our respective communities and certainly in our respective geographical locations, and people we work with, people we interact with, you know who's around you and who might be interested and passionate about what this committee does. So we can certainly do that. We don't have to just rely on a press release going out.
Yeah, we should have other types of communication. We have great, maybe that's why someone from marketing was going to listen in, but we have really good social media through Tacoma Venues and Events, and through the city as well. So let's get creative.
Yeah. Well, it's events, it's recognition, it's really cool work that this committee is doing. And I think if anything, we've suffered from not telling the story well enough about the work that you've already done and the work that could be done. It's, especially right now, I mean, it's no better time to make sure that the story is told properly.
Yeah, and talent acquisition these days, I mean, you can't, we call it posting and praying. You can't do that anymore. You can't post a job and sit back and wait for the right applicant to apply. So I go after candidates all the time. I mean, that's, I'm always doing outreach. And so if need be, I'm happy to do that, like to even just to reach out. I mean, like, let's find some target personas and reach out to people. But I agree with you, Kim, that we probably have people in our networks that are probably pretty spot on.
Yeah. And going back to the organizations, maybe be a little more strategic about how we talk to them. So we have an ally on the HAC board for a Hilltop Action Coalition. That's Brendan. And, we can talk with him about what time, the job description is important. We can work on the job descriptions now. And the press release will go out sooner or later, but they wanted to get on the Economic Development Committee's calendar. That's the first step in this whole process. So if we think that we would be ready to send something out at the beginning of, or maybe the first couple of weeks of September, I think that is doable. So what other, besides Asia Pacific Cultural Center, can you guys think of other really key organizations that would benefit from being on this committee and that would benefit the committee that I might not have thought of?
I really see the need in needing more youth or younger people. I feel like I may be the youngest on the committee, and I will hope to see more college student applicants. So if we can get with kind of like UPS and Tacoma Community College and some of those departments that, we see a lot of like, I guess, applicants that apply for jobs for the city of Tacoma after they're done. I mean, this is a good stepping stone for them to kind of weigh in on what they want to do, while they're still in college. And I would like to, even if it was just an internship or some type of walk-in position that maybe is the at-large position, we can kind of treat those as, just for them to kind of walk in and lead some of the things that we do at the events too, so that we know this person is dedicated to like, you know, volunteering, or the volunteers when we do have our events. This is the main thing they do, instead of just having committee members that come on board and then we all work together to just kind of hash out what we do. I would like to kind of organize some of these positions so that, if you're in District 2 and District 3, you also work with, going the city line or whatever, if we can kind of more organize what we do when we are in these, in our districts and then our roles on the committee, I think that would be more fulfilling for people, newer people that come onto the committee. Because I know I've received a lot of feedback on if there was some direction of what I can do and if I felt like, I was useful. So now I want to make sure that when people step on, they kind of know, like I remember when I first joined and there was a treasurer and a secretary and they actually like did those roles. So, I think we've been kind of scrambling around with our committee members now. And now that we have a set core, I think it'd be great if the next people coming in kind of get that leadership and guidance from us committee members. To say, yeah, you do this with Adela, that's what you do, and we can operate that way. If that makes any sense. But yeah,
It does.
definitely college students. I think, college students are looking for that right now, that type of experience too. So
It's a great resume builder for them.
yeah.
And the mayor has a youth council as well, which is somewhat younger students. It might be cool for us to ask if we could have even a like non-voting liaison or something from that youth council, because it'd be a great experience for them as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know we get in points of the year where we need a lot of people. So it is a good time to start having those people on list and being able to point when we need them.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
And is it possible just to, I mean, this doesn't answer your question about organizations, because I'm need to noodle on that, but is it possible to ask the communications people for a script of what we might be able to post on our own social media, just to kind of put it out there through our own networks?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I can get that from the Arts Commission folks as well.
Are there pictures too that can go with it? Like pictures from the City of Destiny Awards, or so that we can promote what events we do and they can kind of see, or some type of visual to it. I know we don't have like a committee picture, we keep saying we want to do that, but if we can put, some of what we do out there to show it, or us in the process, or some city line pictures or something, I think that would be appealing to some of these descriptions as well. Because some people don't understand it when I even tell them what I do or what the meeting is about. And, it takes me having to say the Martin Luther King celebration, or I'm planning I'm about to sit down and talk about the Martin Luther King celebration. And then they're like, oh, got it. So if there's something that we can tie to this social media post that shows exactly us in action or something from
Yeah.
before?
So John, is that something that we might be able to clip from MLK and City of Destiny Awards?
Well, we certainly could. We could obviously grab stills from any of those events. Perhaps maybe even make a small highlight reel or something like that, you know, and have portions of the various events compiled together. Certainly, you know, all those events are available online, but it's probably not as good just to send them to a 2-hour link for MLK as much as putting together a little 30-second compilation of something.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And we also have that video of Better Together, the hashtag Better Together 253. So maybe we could dust that off and use that again. You know, we just could have like 5 or 6 different social media posts that we get out there. I like
and
that.
Cal, I did get a text from Tammy. She was just confused on the time because remember there was a 4 and a 4:30 option. She thought it was at 4:30. So she's going to jump on as soon as she can.
Oh, thank you.
Is Tammy from marketing?
Yeah.
Yes. So she's our marketing director with TVE and she can work with John and others and yeah, definitely help with the communication piece.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, they're kind of wizards with social media. Yeah, be a great help. Anybody else have any ideas on, I mean, I know there's the obvious ones like the Urban League and what about the sororities and fraternities? I put down the link in Key Club. We should definitely talk to them.
Yeah. But so I'm under the impression that you have to be over 18.
18 or older.
Yeah, 18 or older. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You could be 17 and 11 months and 3 weeks and studying. As long as your term starts when you're 18. I can double check on that, but I would hope that was the case.
Can we also add, you know, Metro Parks on the list? You know, just because even if we want to put this posting in their community centers, or I don't, you know, it's kind of hard to say what is used or where people are right now. So I'm like trying to think of like how can people see this too?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Hi, Ashley. Hi, everybody. This is Chris. How about the major industries? So the bottlenecks, one place in particular that people are bottlenecked is healthcare.
Yeah.
So possibly if we have anybody that's I mean, my wife is in the healthcare industry. I can kind of try to find my way into those communities to recruit in that industry, or I'm trying to think of here in Tacoma the other biggest industries, but healthcare comes to mind as one. Government, of course, but we have some great government employees that are on this call who could probably help with that.
And past members who, you know, who were committed to the committee, but they had, like, I think of Sean, and he couldn't stay on the committee because he had a commitment, you know, that he just didn't have the time to commit to both things. And so he might have some ideas. We can reach out directly to those people as well. I put the tribe down. Got some good contacts there. Metro Parks, I'll check and I'll double check, but they're always really good. They have youth programs and other volunteer programs that are, you know, all ages. So there might be somebody, some people that would be interested through, and I have a good contact with Metro Parks with Nancy Johnson. She's the one that always sends in multiple nominations for the City of Destiny Awards. So
I'll send over to Sankros Locke too, over there at Parks and Rec. He's okay. Oh, you know him, Ashley?
I do know him.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, one, I hope we can just recruit Sencros, but if we can't, I'm sure he knows somebody.
Yeah.
Following up on what Ashley said about colleges,
Mhm.
I wonder if it's, I'm just trying to Google and see what I can find, but UW Tacoma, for example, has an equity and inclusion center. I wonder if just reaching out to those, like the D&I centers on all the campuses, if they could give us some direction of how to post on campus so we reach the right population.
I also want to add TCC's TRIO program. That's just like a college success, college readiness program. And they also have an office at the TCC campus for the high school students who graduate. So we could get some high school students that way, channeling from TCC. That'd be great.
You may also reach out to Central Latino.
Yeah. They're always on my list.
So how do we recruit and make sure that we're recruiting in an equitable way, but still managing, filling these district spots? You know, what if we have all these people that are interested, but then we can't give them all at-large positions? Then we just kind of lose them? Or
That'd
is
be a
it,
great problem to have, I think, if we had that many applicants.
yeah.
But
You
to
mean-
your point, I think that the city's recruitment process maybe addresses that, and the fact that they have to apply and go through interviews, maybe that helps sort that out as well.
Are the
Because I think
interviews
what
online?
we're talking about is, yes, they can be online. We're talking about just intentional recruitment right now. So we're saying to get out to all these organizations and recruit people who would then apply and then go into the interview process. Yeah, they are doing Zoom interviews. The Tacoma Creates interviews are coming up. Actually, they've done some already, and it's weird, but it works. It keeps the process moving forward, and I think they've been able to do them respectfully and make sure that people are heard. And yeah, so we'd be able to do them online.
Great.
I'm also switching to Evergreen Tacoma, so hopefully I can probably recruit through there, find someone that we can link with and kind of spread the word to those students too.
And
Yeah.
Ashley, I'm happy to apply for, District 3 now that I think that's where I live, if that opens up an at-large position, if that's helpful.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, can we just move Adela 2 to District 1 and clear all those?
I'll send, hold on a second, I'm getting ahead of me. I'll send you guys the roster again and look at it and correct anything, because I might not have, you guys are moving targets. So I'll send it again and bug you to get your information back to me, and then we'll figure that out. Okay? Fair?
Yeah, my term is ending soon too, June. So
Next June.
June, yeah.
It's not
That's
that
not soon.
it.
We've got you in our clutches for another little while, Ashley.
Okay, never mind.
I did just want to jump in and say that Tammy did join as an attendee, so I don't know if that means she can speak or not, but it'd be great if she could, so we could at least introduce her to you. Tammy Bryant's our marketing director and would be able to assist with the communications piece.
The Wizard of Oz has control.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi.
Yes.
Okay.
Introduce
I don't
yourself.
think you can see me, but it's Tammy Bryant, and I'm the marketing director for Tacoma Venues and Events. And I apologize, but I thought the meeting started at 4:30. So I'm right on time for 4:30, but obviously I'm late. I apologize.
Okay,
Thanks for
being
joining.
here.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Tammy, good to know that you're there, because we did have a couple of questions about social media, and Adela has experience writing compelling job descriptions, job postings for the company she works for. And the question was, do you guys have, instead of press release language, do you have something you could share as far as social media prompts that are really compelling? I know you're not recruiting through social media, but we do need to recruit 6 new members and looking for guidance there. I'm having a meeting with Kim and Amy tomorrow, so I'm going to ask the same question. But I think you guys are kind of wizards of social media in your group.
Yes, Emily, who works in my department, she handles all the social media, and she's really up on the right kind of language to use. So I would defer to her. But if you let me know what it is you need, we can get her to draft up some examples or some ideas.
Great. And then John Miller from TV Tacoma is here, and he said that he could, and I'll have to go through and make some suggestions from past events, some photography or videos, and then those will be available to post with the social media posts.
Okay, great.
We're trying to treat this like jobs, like job descriptions and fun stuff, right? That's where we're at.
That's a good idea. It should be fun, right?
It is pretty fun. It can be. It's just when we have to get into the government stuff and the protocol and all that stuff that it's not fun.
Yeah, just
keep that to a minimum.
Yeah, just about telling the story, because I remember that when I interviewed, I didn't really know what I was getting into, and so I walked into something I felt a little bit blind walking in. I mean, I'm so glad I'm here because I love working with all of you, and I think we're doing amazing stuff, and I've learned a ton. But I wish people knew more about, had a little bit more of that transparency kind of going in about how creative and passionate this group is. I think that would be, I think that would be get a lot more people interested.
Yeah. Well, this is a different time. We've got more time to dedicate to this process, and at least I do. There aren't any events going on, and I'm still working full time, so I'm going to really commit to coming up with a really good, solid plan with your help, of course. So.
Yeah, I'm furloughed right now, so I got time.
No, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. It's just boring. I mean, it's not terrible. I'm shopping too much on Amazon, so I need to go back to.
Oh, I did that for a while too, and then I realized that I was like, oh, I better stop this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, my income is been reduced to, yeah. Anyway.
Thanks for being with us, Kim, if you're still there. Bye.
Thanks, bye. Sorry, I have to jump.
No, that's okay. Okay.
Shall we talk about the City of Destiny Awards?
We absolutely can. So we are progressing through the production. To give you an update as to where we are right now, we've been spending the last 2 weeks acquiring the videos from the various recipients. As you heard earlier, it's been a bit more challenging in getting all those schedules aligned and getting people in, but to date, we have everybody except one scheduled. On Friday, we're shooting 4 of the recipients, so we'll have the vast majority in place. Tomorrow on Thursday afternoon, Rod Kuhn is coming into the studio to record his elements of the production. So at this point, we're going to have pretty much everything that we need to start moving forward with editing, which I'm going to start on Tuesday. I anticipate about 4 days of editing to compile things together. So I'll be working on that all day Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I am out of the office on Friday, so we'll return back to it on the following Tuesday. My Mondays are filled with meetings, so I typically really can't get to editing on Mondays. So if all that goes according to plan, I should be ready to send the finished product to the closed captioning company on the 1st or the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have a 1 week or 5 day, I should say 5 work day turnaround. So that would would put that back in our hands on that following week of September, what would that be, September 8th. So if we project that out, hopefully we could hit air with the show on the 10th or 11th of September.
Okay.
I'm happy to answer any questions you might have or anything.
Yes, my question is, do we have a preference as to like when it airs, or the committee, certainly we just need to give the awardees enough notice so that they know when to watch it and when to tell all their friends to watch it. But it'd be fun to promote it as much as we can and have the committee, again, that social media piece, promote it as much as you can. You know, we can't be there in person, but we should have as many people tune in to watch it as we think are going to be interested. It also might be, talking about recruitment, a decent way to say, hey, you know, to a friend, more like to a friend who might be in a district we know we need somebody in, and say, you know, watch this is our newest project. It's obviously a little different than normal, but you know, that kind of thing. So.
Well, what we could do, you know, is actually target a specific, say, premiere date after the 10th. So maybe, you know, a Friday or a Saturday night being the 11th or the 12th in our special presentation slot that evening. So, for example, on Saturday, let's see, our special presentation slot, we have a 5 p.m. In the evening, or if we go to the Friday special presentation slot is kind of early. It's like 2 p.m. So I think that 5 p.m. maybe on Saturday might be a good, say, premiere date. And then we had discussed earlier doing some pre-promotion with that through Tacoma Report, so we could build in that show leading up to that date, we could build a story around City of Destiny Awards and the premiere and that type of thing. Give it a little bit of splash that way, both on our air and on social media where we're putting material as well.
I love that idea. I think that's great because you know, when you say people aren't sure what you do, and I mean, there's a benefit there, but I also, you know, I'm ultra sensitive, having worked more closely with the recipients this year than in any year past. That wow, I just, you know, I just want to have them honored as much as possible because it's just a different thing, you know, not being able to be in front of an audience, and so the more they can feel like it's really special, the better too.
And what I like about your idea too is that, you know, those people could, you know, people form watch parties these days on social media and that type of thing, you know. Maybe somebody could kick up a watch party and invite people to, you know, either one of our own committee members or yourself, or maybe even recruit one of the winners, or they might do it spontaneously.
And does that go through Facebook? I don't know how to do that, so.
You know, we don't typically air things on Facebook, but that's not saying we couldn't. Recently on Facebook, we've been airing all the city council meetings and, of course, the governor's press conference. So I could talk to the city's social media director, Golden, and see if she's open to that idea. And then perhaps maybe she'd want to push it out on Facebook during the premiere as well. We certainly are pushing it out live on our own air and through social media that way. And then, you know, we put it up for on demand on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How can we community members be a part of that, and also have the mayor be a part of that? You know, because I mean, even this year we don't get to meet the actual participants, but we did pick them for certain categories, and I think it would be cool if we did like a conversation with them, like a Zoom conversation or some type of interaction that they can have that chance to meet the people behind their award. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that could go in with the premiere or it'd be like a next day thing or something, but I think that would kind of be an attraction too for the city, and if the mayor's on it as well, I think that would be kind of cool and keep a ceremonial feeling to the awards this year. I don't know. Is it more work or is it just?
Well, kind of getting out of my venue there. So
I'm not quite sure what you're suggesting, but the way the show is going to go is kind of follows a similar format. I mean, every council member has been recorded doing the normal introduction with the video montage going on. Rod is going in, like John said, which I wish I could be there. The current times don't allow it. It would just be a hoot. To do all of the MC pieces because he knows, what's coming next. So he'll be kind of in a studio space, so that will look, different. And then all the all the awardees have recorded acceptance speeches via either Zoom or in the studio. More of them wanted to go into the studio than I expected, actually. The mayor is, doing a couple of the awards. John, did she do a welcome?
She did do a welcome,
I
yes.
wrote it, yeah. So, I mean, to watch it, it will feel like, it'll feel good. But doing a post-event Zoom, knowing how hard it's been to get in touch and get some of these folks, if you guys wanted to, as a committee, just, do a little meeting to just personally congratulate them or what have you, that's certainly possible. If that's what you're talking about. I'm not sure, so you might need to clarify for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now that you kind of explained it in that way, I want to rethink it, but I don't know. I'll have to rethink on it, and see how that would even work. It may just be, like you said, like an additional meeting after or some type of well, I don't even know if it really matters, but I just thought it would kind of be cool for us to kind of show face as well.
I could see, so I think I wrote in the script, John, correct me if I'm wrong, it feels like eons ago and it wasn't. Rod certainly recognizing the committee at the end of the program. And I don't want to add work, and I don't want to add work to anybody here. I wish I would have thought about this earlier, but it could be, I know nobody on the committee likes taking the stage and doing all that stuff. But since you can do this via Zoom and in like a gallery view kind of thing, we could potentially, again, John might shoot me, add a committee element just at the end, Rob thanks the committee, and there's a video of the committee literally just saying congratulations.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's an element there. And again, John, you can shoot me later for suggesting anything new.
Well, are you talking about a video of the committee members together?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, just saying congratulations, thanks for all you do in the community, and that's it. One at a time.
Or all together in a grid view, like I'm looking at you all right now.
Sure. Small enough you can fit them all on one screen.
Yeah, we certainly could, because what you have in the script right now is none of this would be possible without the great work and dedication of the City of Events and Recognition Committee. Atypically, we would ask you to stand during the actual event. So, if we wanted to try to put something together quickly, it might fortuitous, could each committee member maybe record a little, congratulations or a wave or something like that, and then I could compile that into a montage, into like what we see as a gallery view in Zoom, and just, put that on screen all together at once. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's cool. Ashley?
I like it.
Okay.
I also wanted to ask, is there a break or some type of commercial? I know it's air, but is there anything that you have to fill to where we can put in this recruitment message, quick message, or a video, not a video, but a voiceover recording to just the people that are watching, and want to be a part of something?
My suggestion was maybe that's something that we could do over credits.
Okay.
So, we run credits typically at the end of these, which, go anywhere between, 30 seconds to a minute or something to that effect. I would suggest add a voiceover to that. If you're interested in joining the Events and Recognition Committee or whatever that verbiage may be, you know, we're looking for participants. Here's that information, and we could add that on screen as well as in that voiceover. I think that'd be an ideal point to do it.
Yeah, I do too. I agree.
You know, another element that I could add to this as well that we haven't done in the past, but maybe we should, is in the body of the show itself, in the lower thirds, you know, we've got places where we could add a little additional graphics or something like that. You know, we've got name keys and that kind of stuff. We could maybe put in a little two-liner that says, you know, something to the effect, if you're interested in joining the Events and Recognition Committee, maybe there's a URL or for more information or something like that that we could point them to. I'd need a little guidance as to where you might want that to go, but that's something we could also add in the body of the program.
Yeah, kind of like you do on City Line.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. How about if I come up with just something that you guys would say and video yourselves and then send probably directly to John, or is that okay, John?
Yeah,
Like
I could send
really
directly.
short.
Yeah, directly to me, or I could set up like a Google Drop drive
Okay.
for you to put it into. Like if you
Okay.
can record something, you know, on a selfie on the phone or something like that, and put it in there. Ideally, probably by probably mid next week.
Okay.
I would like the premiere to be on Saturday. I think that'd be a better availability for a lot of people to just kind of sit down in the end of the day and watch.
Yeah, and I like the idea of it having a premiere. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Very official.
It's your idea, John.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave you guys in just a couple minutes, but I'm just going to keep it running. I don't think you need me for the rest of this. I'll look forward to reading in a minute. So.
Thank you. Okay, I think Martin Luther King is up next.
That's cool. Okay. I'm gonna call you before I leave the house or whatever. Okay. All right, so let's talk about Martin Luther King birthday celebration. Sorry, I got the agenda covered with the pictures of you guys. Trying to see it.
So I just put proposals. Oh, that's items. Sorry, get on the right item. Planning for 2021. At our last meeting in July, we discussed that, you know, it's taken us this long just to get the City of Destiny Awards created in a video format. And so what can we actually accomplish in such a short period of time between, you know, the end of August and the middle of January? So we have to be really realistic, manage our expectations about that. I keep getting this phone call from a woman that has a Martin Luther King program that she's trying to, I guess, trot out there to different cities to use, and it's actually a video recording. So I'm gonna have to find it again. It's a gospel choir. And I'm wondering if there's a different format that we could adopt just for this coming year instead of a live program, where we have a keynote and we record that, and we have an MC and we record that, and we have the mayor and record her, but then there's a packaged program that is the program, as opposed to trying to create something from scratch in a period of time. It's just a proposal. It's not, I'm not suggesting that is the way it should go, but it is an option. I don't know how much it costs. I have to find out.
Did she send like a sample or anything that we can review as a committee? Okay.
Yeah, I've got all of that. So
that's really interesting. In and I'm open to that idea of looking at it and seeing what we can do or where we can go with it. My only concern is I feel like this event is based in general of community participation. And I know that a lot of people attend to see specific people who are in it. And so I want to make sure that we still have a component of community to this program in any way. I know our keynote is from the community but I still want to make sure we include the children elements and, the music elements and the art and things like that come directly from the community. So I'm open to reviewing this and still planning a all committee meeting to talk about what Martin Luther King will look like this year, really. So
Well, so Fred Yomes is our guy for MLK, and I need to maybe get you and me and Jennifer and Fred together just to talk about what the realities of putting a program together in less than 5 months. Okay. So, yeah. Let me do that. He was invited tonight, but he didn't respond. So,
and he was out of the office for the last 2 weeks. So he returned back to schedule on Monday, but he's been telecommuting.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Is this meeting something you think we can do without the mayor's input, or how are we?
If you can get her attention for 5 minutes, then yeah, I welcome you to have that discussion with her. But okay. I have sent a few. I quit sending them about a month ago. Just inquiries to her staff asking what her availability is, and there's just the bandwidth just isn't there. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if she understands the implications of her involvement of, with MLK and how close she holds it. There's so many spontaneous things going on right now that I think people are mired in just, what's happening this week. They're not thinking about what's going to happen in January, and it's a challenge to say the least. We could certainly set a date for an all-member planning meeting for September and invite her to come for a few minutes. It's going to be a remote meeting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if she doesn't show, then it's okay. Yep. It's okay. We'll figure it out. I would just hate to move on without her input and then receive it later, so.
I mean, like every year?
Every year, yeah. But this is bigger because we got to plan it and put it together, and once it's done, it's done. We can't adjust. So it's a little scary to me, but we'll figure it out.
So John Gaines, is he someone that we want to get under contract, or at least, have that conversation with him now?
I've had the conversation. I think we can move forward with the contract, or he's willing to meet with me and the rest of the committee when we begin to plan, so that he's on the same theme and we're all thinking the same things. So definitely I can send you his information if you're ready, and we can start that so that is done. I told him, to put the date on his agenda now, his calendar, so he's not booked with anyone else, because a lot of people want him. But he's like, no, this year I want to do it for my city. I've never done it before. And, I told him, now is a perfect time to be our keynote. So,
if you could send me a again. I probably can find it somewhere, but I think it's in one of our minutes from March, probably, where you talked about him and you gave me a link to some speaking things that he did or something, so that we can share it with the rest of the committee in the minutes for tonight.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
That'd be great. Okay. Is there a particular day, now that I have a handful of you to ask this question real time, is there a particular day of the week that works for a planning meeting? You know, like if it were a 3-hour with a break planning meeting in September?
Early September is better for me, just as far as what my availability is right now. I'm going off of. I'm best on either Mondays or Wednesdays.
Okay.
I'm pretty open right now, except the week of September 20, we're going to be out of town.
Okay. Thank you.
How about Wednesday, September 9th? I'm pretty open to if I just know a week or 2 or 3 in advance.
What was the date?
Wednesday, September 9th.
Okay. Okay. I'll look for something in that neighborhood. Okay. All right. Are you guys, are you all okay on what we've talked about for the future agendas? I mean, we've got a lot to do with recruitment and MLK for the next few months. Ashley, this was sort of your thing, so I'm going to speak to that last item.
Cal, it looks like Ashley dropped off from what I'm seeing.
Oh, thanks, Adam. Ah. Okay.
She's back.
Ashley?
So sorry, my computer died. Yeah, Monday is best for me. Early.
Monday?
Yep. Early in the week, Monday or Wednesday.
Monday or Wednesday, okay. Chris suggested Wednesday, September 9th.
Yeah, that's fine. Is there a time?
Afternoon, probably afternoon, like 1 to 4 or something like that.
Yep.
That would work well for me.
Yeah, that works for me too.
So I am scheduling that.
And then the last agenda item, Ashley, I was starting to say, this is kind of your thing. Do you want to table this or do you want to continue talking about it? A lot of work needs to be done on these other 2 items with recruitment and the MLK program. So, and we still haven't gotten through budget, so that's another challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, if you still want to do a private meeting that we can talk about budget, that would be cool too. We can do that. All member planning meeting, are we gonna say that September 9th?
Yeah, that was the,
Okay.
Yeah.
That was, okay, cool. All right. The items for a future agenda.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you about. Do you want to table this since you have we have a full docket?
No, I don't. So Did you say there was an economic development committee meeting? Or
Well,
do we still need to request one?
the only thing I know of is the interviews, which are the end of September. I think the last Tuesday of September. I'll double check that though.
So does it have to be on a different day, or can we do both on the same day?
Depends on what else they have on their calendar. I have to check.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, do you have a proposal prepared with budget and everything, or?
I don't, because I don't know how to go off of budget, and yeah, I just don't want to keep tabling it, you know, but I think can we talk about these items too at the this all member planning meeting? What do you guys think?
To you.
Adela, Chris? I think September 9th to kind of give me more idea on what we can say in the proposal or what these events might look like. You know, I didn't really stop thinking about it. I got my Juneteenth shirt on now. I didn't really stop thinking about it, but it just, as far as a proposal goes, I want to make sure that it's compelling, and then I want to make sure that we have the right representation on the meeting in order to kind of get this conversation to where they buy into it, you know?
Kind of sounds like we should probably meet separately.
To talk about it?
Yeah, like propose a separate meeting, but that kind of gets into quorum rules, right, Kala? I mean, like can we meet separately?
Well, because right now your committee is only 5 people. If you have 3 people present, because of the way your bylaws are written or your procedures are written, you know, that creates a quorum, yes.
If we were to add these potential events into our recruitment language, is that appropriate?
You don't have the resources to produce them, so it's difficult to, you know, I think I've explained the process for getting additional funding. Unless you're going out to the private sector and asking for donations and sponsorships. If you're asking the council for additional funds from their contingency fund, you have to have a full-blown proposal prepared to go and present it to the Economic Development Committee, and then they take it to the council, and you know, they look at it and then they vote on it. So what do you need from me in order for you to begin fleshing out a plan?
Definitely the budget side of things. Definitely that, and just what kind of your expertise of what you know, we have to have answers to. Honestly, writing a proposal is you know, we have enough brains to kind of put together what we wanted to say and everything, but as far as knowing what the budget has to consist of and all that, that's what I don't know, you know.
I can send you a blank Excel spreadsheet that has all of the things that we spend money on for MLK and City of Destiny Awards that could be the beginning of your discussion or your exploration of costs. I don't think you have to have that part of it 100%, but you are asking, you know, for resources. So for example, if you want to do a Juneteenth celebration, but you want it to be outside and you want to close streets, getting an estimate for barricades, police, fire, that sort of thing. There are costs that are associated with that. So that's something that I can give you a blank template that you can start from.
Okay.
And then actually maybe from there, like instead of a quorum, like me and you just meet one-on-one, and like each person just meets with you one-on-one, and then we can start brainstorming ideas of like of what work would go into figuring out what that proposal would look like in advance of our September 9th meeting. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Do you guys want to just dedicate another day to where we can just talk about these things? Just aside from a Wednesday where we meet on the committee. Let me pull up this calendar.
Like again, we could dedicate another day, but if we dedicate another day where all of us meet, then we need Kala and we need
True.
Like I'm thinking it probably makes more sense resource wise to meet separately as a working group and not have Kala and Jen Durham as a part of it, just to kind of get things together. What do you think though about that?
I mean, it works for me. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I was gonna say, yeah, I can definitely make time for that. The other thing too, I was wondering is going back to messaging for recruiting committee members. I don't know if, again, if there'd be a way to talk about. I mean, we need people to help us with getting MLK celebration ready now. But is there a way to message in there that we want to do more? You know what I mean? Like the message that we want, we kind of want to do this. Build in other celebrations for other, not just Juneteenth, but other diverse groups as well. So I don't know if there's a way to put that in the messaging to kind of like, just kind of get to the urgency of we need people and get people excited about planning stuff. But I might be putting the cart before the horse because we're talking about the proposal right now.
Yeah, and to Kala's earlier point, I would really be hesitant to put anything like that into recruiting because without an approval from council, exactly to your point, Adele, it's the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
You don't want council hearing about it coming from a job posting or a recruitment posting as opposed to an actual presentation to council.
Okay, makes sense.
I mean, in the past, during the interview process with new recruits, the council has expressed verbal support of, something else happening, especially if it were Indigenous peoples or Latinx event, because they feel like the Black community is already being represented by one of the events. Whether or not that's entirely accurate, that's what I hear them saying. And so it wouldn't be, since Ashley, you are going to have to reapply, and maybe someone else will too, as a different district. I need all that information before I know for sure. It's not unheard of for people to bring that up during the interview process.
Yeah.
I think you've done that before. But and so the sooner that happens, the better, because they're going to be going into serious budget discussions in October. Am I right, Adam? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, the budget starts going to council in October with approvals in November.
Okay. So that's a lot to do, but we, one step at a time, like Kim always says, one step in front of the other.
So I have a question. So like you said, I have to reapply. In reapplying, I can't bust out with the whole proposal, but in some way I can still mention these events and this is what the direction we want to go in.
Yeah.
And then should I make sure that there's already an appointment for me to propose these events, or can I ask them if I can schedule a proposal for these events as well? Like how does
we'd want to say see, let me just be clear. I like to be clear. What we'd want to do is find out when they have room on their agenda, other than the interview day,
Yes.
and not before the interview day. So it would be sometime in early October, let's say. I'm just saying, for example. And so then you can say, we're going to come in front of you again in about 3 weeks with a proposal for your consideration for one of these other events that you want to focus on. And I think you need to choose one and just focus on that and nothing else.
Okay. Okay.
So next step, I told the clerk's office that I would get them information sometime late tomorrow about what positions are actually open, which ones have to be reapplied for, like individuals who have to reapply. So I will send you the member roster first thing in the morning. So that's one thing, that's about recruitment. I'll send you budget information in the next day or so. And then I'll ask the clerk's office about the schedule for the following weeks after the interview process. How's that?
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I can do that.
Okay.
So many steps.
Okay, cool. So let's get Chris and Adela, let's get together. Let's I can email you guys after the call and we can figure out what time and date will work for us to just hash out, pick an event and think about what it will look like.
Okay.
And then are you Kala, are you just gonna put this September 9th on our Cerc calendar so the rest of the members will get that as well?
Yeah, I'll send a meeting invitation.
Okay.
Okay. And with an agenda, sort of based on what we've used before.
Okay.
I'll send it to you first, but yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, and then as far as Laura and Kate goes, I can reach out to them as well to see if they want to personally talk about these events as well. So it's not just, 2 inputs or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I'm not too I guess I can look in the past emails to see if I can get everyone's email address.
Yeah, it would be in the meeting invitation that for this meeting that we're in right now.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Any public comment?
All right. Is there any public comment? No? Okay. Well, I think we can end this meeting at 5:18 p.m. I'll call the meeting to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
I motioned. Thank you so much, you guys.
No, not you.
I do without you all?
I think I think you call for motion. I think I don't. And
that's what it was. It was a call.
I'm gonna motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Awesome. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending.
Thank you.
And I hope you have a great week.
Okay. Look for all my emails soon.
All right.
Likewise, Ashley has sent me an email with asking for cell phones to ease communication.
That's fine too, if you want to do that.
That's great. Well, that
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
All right,
everybody.
bye-bye.
Thank you.
So